Hi guys, spreading my love and awareness. So today we're going to be talking about how to deal with failure as parents. So I asked a couple of my friends what their parents would do if they had failed, and this is what they said.
You know how African parents are. They don't think that someone can be naturally dumb, so they'll probably think he's playing around or he's just trying to get some attention or something. So
first thing you assume is boys. Huh? Who's the boy? That's the first one. And I'm not even capping, these are my parents. They'll be like, who's this boy? Who is this boy making you fail?
You know, my parents are pretty smooth with it. They different.
Very well. I came 27th place. You know, my mom was so pissed off. She was pissed off. Like, at one time I was beaten. Yes.
So, when you fail or you don't meet the expectations, they don't shout at you or break you down, but they're those kind of people who try and motivate you.
If it's very extreme, they would like take it far by, confiscating my phone or something like that. So
it hurts. Like, you're at a time where money is at peak, everyone is talking about it, and you can't even watch it because you are grounded.
Like, if the parents gonna beat you up, they gonna shout at you. First, that's cool. I'd actually appreciate that because the shit they be saying, bro. So they be like, they send me down, and they're like, you failed, but you failed for who though?
most likely my dad will have a sit down with me and try to talk me through everything, like, is everything okay? Are you eating alright? But they're not the type to freak out or do something ballistic. So yeah, I think that's what they would do personally.
This guy is letting us down, whatnot, but they don't say it in front of you. They can go talk about it maybe in their own bedroom or something like that, but in front of you, they're just gonna be supportive and motivating. And I actually think it's a good thing because, to be honest, to me, it is actually motivating, and it does actually help because I don't like people who lose hope in me, because it also puts me down.
So I feel like it's really important for me to answer this exact same question because I feel like this video is for parents and it'll be beneficial for my parents as well, for them to watch this and know how they deal with failure. So yeah, stay tuned. Okay, so I know that a lot of my siblings will be watching this video and it's sort of like exciting and you're like, what is she gonna say, but I would like everyone to take note that we're quite a big family. So I feel like the way that my oldest sister experienced my mom and dad is way different from how the second, third, and up to me, yeah, I feel like we've all just experienced our parents at different stages in their lives. So how they dealt with failure at my time might have been different from how they dealt with failure at your time. So yeah, just take note of that. So with my parents, how they dealt with failure when I failed. I would say that they're pretty good at giving lectures. That's one thing for sure. So you probably get called while you're playing with your siblings and everything, and then called aside, and then they're come over here, want to talk to you, and then they talk to you, and then they're like, so you failed, what happened? That's usually the first question. So I feel like they do put you in that position, in the spotlight, where they asking you a whole lot of questions you might not even be able to answer, and they're gonna be like, okay, so since this is the situation, what's your plan, what do you want to do next about this? So yeah, they basically make it like a situation where they want to find out what your plan is, and this is just what it is, so what's your plan type of situation. But I think the scarier part of it is just the fact that my dad's voice is naturally raised. So like, even if it's just asking you, what are you gonna do about it? It's gonna be like, hey, say manje, type of like really raised voice, but it's like a natural thing. His voice is naturally like that for some reason. So yeah, it gets really scary. And then there are extreme cases of failure. With the extreme cases of failure, yeah, you are gonna get whipped. You're gonna get hit. But like, failure is such as like results and everything that's like temporary. Results are like a temporary failure, because you could always just repeat or, you know, decide like what to do next type of thing. But like, if there's no decision making involved, then you are getting beat, you know, you're getting the stick. That's just how it works. If there's like a mature way to make a decision, and if there are plenty of options to deal with your failure, they'll definitely talk to you and be like, so girl, what's your plan? But if you're like in a permanent situation, okay, I know not all situations are permanent, I'm just trying to like show the weight of, you know, circumstances and everything. But yeah, that's just how my parents deal with failure. And now we are officially starting the video, because this is supposed to teach parents, or, you know, advise parents on better ways to deal with failure. So the thing with failure is it brings a whole lot of emotions. You feel really disappointed in your child, or maybe in yourself as a parent, or even the child themselves will be disappointed if they're like, you know, a well-behaved child. There are some cases where children don't even care about like what they've failed at, and they're just like, you know what, you can just keep talking, but this is just what it is. And you know, and they're like so ignorant, I guess. I don't know, I bet there's like a better word to use, you know. But like, if in like normal cases, your child will be disappointed as well. You could be angry, you could be feeling a whole lot of emotion. So the first thing you need to do when your child fails at something is to show them that there is room for failure and also room for improvement. So what happens when the child does not know that there is room for failure? They start to self-hate, and they might actually commit suicide. Those are the extreme cases when like a child fails and then they're like, okay, I can't go back home with like, for example, my O-level results that are like all U's, right? So I can't go back to my parents' house with like these results. They're gonna kill me, I'm gonna get beaten, I'd rather just die. So that's when you would have raised your child in a way that they don't see that there's room for failure, that there are things you can do after failing. Speaking of the cases where children resort to committing suicide after failing their O-levels, most of those children come from families where after you come from school, you know that if your grades do not look good, your parents are gonna whip you. They're going to whip you. So like, you know, just those end of term results, right? If a child is actually trembling like at the end of a term, because each and every term is practice for like your entire life, your final exams, right? So when they do write those final exams, knowing that their parents have been hitting them when they were coming with these U's at the end of each term, then they'll just rather die than like, you know, come with like U's after O-level or A-level. So if you know a parent, maybe you're a parent and you're watching this and you know a friend of yours that like constantly beats their child after failing the smaller things like end of term and everything, they need to hear this, because this is how us children think, right? Like, okay, we measure like, okay, you know what, that last time when I spilled the sugar, I got beat. But now I've like dropped this glass of wine and my mom's probably gonna kill me, so I'd rather just do it by myself and jump out the window. That's how children think. So yeah, a better way to react to failure as parents, still making the example of grades, because that one is like most common. So a better way to react as a parent is after your child has failed, you're like, okay, this is what's here, right? How do you think you can improve? They'll even give you their solutions. You know, it's also nice to ask your children just to know how they think, you know? And they'll be like, okay, I can go for extra lessons. And I'm like, okay, cool. So you're no longer going for that Kotko or that August holiday funfair thing, you know? I forgot the name. Oh my gosh, I actually forgot the name, and it was like my favorite. Y'all just comment and remind me what it's called. I sort of forgot, but yeah, it's something fun that happens in August in Zimbabwe. But anyway, that's how you can react. Instead of hitting your child, help them to become better people. Take them for extra lessons, teach them, and you know, talk to their teachers and really understand what's going on in class. You never know, maybe your child is being bullied and it's not like a good environment for them to learn, and then they're failing. Maybe you really have a smart child, but just the environment they're in is bringing them down. There's so many things to like consider before, you know, hitting a child over results. Yeah, so yeah, there are just so many other options. So I'll definitely never know what each and every family has going on and the type of failure or failures that your children are, you know, going through, if I should say it like that. So this video was to just generally say, before you like result into beating your child over failure, make sure that you really see if there are other options, because beating your child results into great fear. So when they then do something even bigger, if they fail greater than before, they usually commit suicide. And yes, there are so many stories about children failing and committing suicide over results, over a lot of things, over pregnancy, over so many things. So as parents, after failure, just take a moment to breathe and think and be like, okay, this is my child, my very own child that I gave birth to, and they have failed. What is the best way that will help them also, you know, to deal with failure? I am not talking about naughty children. Naughty children. Spank those naughty children, okay? But children that have failed, right? We're talking about failure, not, you know, muskanzwa. I'm not talking about muskanzwa. Please do not get me wrong. For those that do not speak Shona, I'm just basically saying I'm not talking about naughty children or mischievous children. So in Africa, in Zimbabwe, those children need to be spanked. I'm talking about failure, natural failure, okay? That's what we're here for. Thank you for making it till the end. If you're a child and you're nervous to show this to your parents, it's natural. Just send it to them and block them for like 30 minutes until they watch the video, and then you know how it is. And if you're a parent, share this to your friends and your other family members that are parents as well. Share it to your children as well, because the amazing thing about sharing something is you never know who needed to hear it. You never know who's gonna benefit. Maybe if you send it to your child, the child's gonna be like, oh, I have a friend who's always getting beaten by their parents. So, you know, it's like a chain of sharing and sharing and sharing. I would really appreciate it. But anyway, thank you all for watching. If you haven't purchased your candle, I make homemade candles. So you should purchase your candle by Wild Thoughts. It's aromatherapeutic. Every single time we're talking about my candles, my filter flies away. Anyway, yeah. This is an aromatherapeutic candle. It's infused with 2 essential oils where after burning it and inhaling it, you will reap the amazing benefits of the aromas that are inside here. So get to the link inside my description and order your candle today. If you're in Malaysia, I'm a text away. If you're in Zimbabwe, pre-order because I'm gonna be shipping them at once. Bye guys, see you next time.